Welcome back, Team Queens. In today's video, I am going to give you a brief history on how MTM started. Before I get into the video, though, I just want to remind you guys to like and subscribe and share and turn on your little notification things that let you know that I posted another video. I'm so sorry. I know I look like a mad head right now. It's really late, and the reason why I'm kind of whispering, I can't talk too loud because the babies are asleep. So just kind of bear with me, okay? Pretty much all my life, I've been into music and dance and the arts. It's been a passion of mine since I was little. So growing up, I was pretty quiet. I was pretty shy until I hit about like grade 6, 5, 6. And then I started to feel myself a little bit, I'm not going to lie. And I started to cop a little attitude. Who doesn't, right? We were getting a little bit of trouble, got suspended here and there. Apparently, based on my grade 6 teacher, she told my mom one day, I don't understand her. I don't understand your child. Because, she gets the highest marks in class and she finishes her work on time. But then she just starts getting really disruptive. I did. I got really disruptive. So my mom said to her, she was like, well, maybe she's bored. Yeah, I was bored. That's exactly what it was. I was bored. I started to give attitude. I started to get in trouble and that sort of thing. I needed something to do. So I turned to music. Now, back then, we didn't have these girl groups like MTM. We didn't have girls groups. We didn't have opportunities to get with girls, other females our age, and kind of like be put in a group setting where you can express yourself and talk about your issues, whatever they may be, and relate to other girls your age. No, we didn't have none of that. But what I did have was I had the arts. I had music. I played every instrument that I can think of. I played the steel pan. Everybody played the recorder at one point or another in my life. I played the cello, which I was really, really good at. I loved it. The keyboard. And I was into dance. Now, dance was my part. I've been dancing since I was little. So I used to turn to the arts as my outlet. That was my way to express myself. I loved it. So I got a little bit older. I hit about grade 8 now. And prior to that, I was a pretty chubby girl. I was pretty big. But I lost it all. It was all baby weight, I guess, baby fat, sorry. And I lost it all. My curves got to come out. My shape came out, and I was starting to get noticed. I was a middle child. There was 3 of us, okay? An older sibling and a younger sibling on my mom's side. I was a middle child. Now, let me know. Please let me know in the comments if you know what middle child syndrome is. Because I had middle child syndrome. That's a thing. That's a real thing, okay? Don't let anybody tell you different. Middle child syndrome. The older sibling is the golden child. They get to do everything first. At one point in time or another, they were the only child, so they were getting spoiled. Let's be honest. They get to do everything that you don't get to do because they're older. And then you got the youngest child. Well, do I need to say more? They're the baby of the family. Of course, they're gonna get spoiled. They get to do whatever they want. And then there's the middle child. You're not the oldest and you're not the youngest, so you just shit out of luck. Let's be honest. You are shit out of luck. So, my mom did the best she could. She was a single mom and whatever. But long story short, that just led me to want the attention that I felt like I wasn't getting. So what did I do? Like most other people with middle child syndrome, I acted out. I was rebellious. I wanted attention. And unfortunately, I ended up getting it in the wrong places. I got pregnant at a very young age. I had my first child at the age of 14. So I was entering into grade 9. Nobody expected it. Not me, not anybody else, but it is what it is. I had to do what I had to do. I had to grow up at a very, very young age. That led me to want to do better. Going forward, however, same guy, I ended up having a second child for him at the age of 16. The first time, my mom was like, listen, it was an accident, but the second time around, you're on your own. So guess what? She followed through. I was on my own. So I ended up in a home. And after I had my second child, I actually got my own place at the age of 17, I think it was, living in my own. We moved in together with our 2 kids, and unfortunately, it became a very abusive relationship in many different ways. As much as I'm going to tell you right now, throughout that entire experience, I always had music. I always turned to music and dance as my outlet because, again, I didn't have the opportunity to be around other females that I can open up to and kind of relate to at that point in time. So I always had music and I always had the arts. I don't think people realize how therapeutic the arts can really be. And that was my outlet. Now, aside from that, I also had God. I prayed and I prayed and I always kept him close to me because without him, I wouldn't be where I am now. I would be able to get back to other females and share my story and kind of help them. I wouldn't be who I am now. I got out of it, and as I continue to grow and get and mature, again, I had to grow up really fast. At this point, I have 2 kids, and I'm trying to graduate from high school, and do better for me and set an example for them. I found myself gravitating toward other young girls and just being able to help them and guide them at the age that I was at. Remember, I'm about 17 at this point. And I was able to give back at that age, and they would listen and they would be able to relate to me and vice versa. And I'd be able to really help them as best as I could, but they would take the advice. That's the most important part. And I was like, man, I love this. I could do this. I got a little bit older. I got pregnant again. This time for somebody else. We did get engaged. I had my 3rd child at about 24, and then by 24 and a half, I was pregnant again with my 4th child. So needless to say, at this point, I was just like, listen, yes, I'm married now and I have 4 kids and I'm really young. As much as I love dance and I love what I'm doing and I love teaching, by the way, I was teaching dance for a living while still going through school. Not only was I teaching dance, but for a few years straight, I was also performing across the city on multiple stages. I've done music videos and that sort of thing. I just realized that I needed a steady income. So I turned to the medical field. I graduated from the medical field. I was working in the medical field for a while. And as much as it was great to have a steady income and know that my family was taken care of, it wasn't where my heart was. That marriage didn't last. It didn't last. And I became a single mom of 4 kids. I had to pick up from where I was living at the time, the city I was living in. I had to move and pretty much start over. And although I was still working in the medical field, I knew I wasn't happy. I couldn't do it. It's one thing to have a job and know that you're secure, but like you're going through routine every day, and like you almost feel like a robot, like a machine. You're not doing what you really want to do. And I'm a passionate individual. And I decided that, you know what, I love working with youth and with women, females. But I also love the arts, and I knew how much of an outlet it had been for me all that time. So I decided to marry the 2. And that's how MTM was born. Mentortain me. That is what that is. Working with females of all ages and just inspiring and motivating and reminding them how strong they are as females, as women. That's what women are. Strength. I hope that wasn't too long for you, but I did want to give you guys just a little bit about myself and how MTM got started, giving you advice and insight and inspiration and motivation. Don't forget to subscribe and to share, turn on your notifications, and just look out for upcoming videos. I am so happy to be here doing this, and even more so happy that I can share it with you guys. Until the next video.